Hey guys and gals, it's me, your old buddy Mr. Moose, back with some more Farm Manager 2021. Alright, so if you watched yesterday's video, you know we added in some cows to the farm. We planted some buckwheat so that we could put in bees and beehives. They'll use that to make honey. And then we added in an additional greenhouse yesterday, as well as harvested all our fields and began this whole milk operation up here. So today we need to focus in on getting this process into cheese and expanding the farm a little bit more. So first though, let's look at where we are financial wise so you guys know what's happening in case you've missed out. We are doing really well. We are coming up on the end of our second season here on the farm. Our operating expenses are still just under $100,000. We're at $98,000 and some change. We'll soon go over $100,000 a month, but for right now, doing super good. And we're gonna sell off all the stuff that we have. Some milk, strawberries, tomatoes been growing. We had some black currants that we grew. That's plants. Where's the actual black currant? We must not have done a harvest yet on black currants. We got some honey, and then we've got some frozen trout, which is our big money maker. At $454,000, it is our bread and butter. We're at over $500,000 in sales though for the month, which is awesome. And again, this fish factories, they're the bomb. They make us plenty of money. We're back up over $1 million, almost to $1.5 million. That's just awesome for only 2 years in operation. So we're doing super good. But the one thing I notice is we are still running a deficit, or we're working on running a deficit on our trout. We had a surplus of 7,000 organic trout meat, and we have whittled that down to almost 700. So it is time to go ahead and put in a second fish or another fish farm up here. Because if we don't, we're going to run out of fish soon, and our production is going to pay the price on that. So let's get a fish pond. We'll plop that in right there. Get that being built. We'll go ahead and put a road into it. There we go. We're going to need to get an employee to work in there, but I'm going to hold off until that is built to do that, because as we have discovered with this game, employee management absolutely sucks. And if I hire him right now, he'll end up working in the greenhouses, and it'll take me a while to get him out of there. He or she, it will take a while to get him out of there and get him back into the greenhouse. So we'll go ahead and get the greenhouse completely built. And then once it is established, we'll go look for an employee to work in there. Employee management is the worst part of this game, and it is turning a lot of people off on it, and it needs to be the focus of the devs fixing that, because everybody is complaining about it, and people are telling me that they won't buy the game because of it too. So I'd like to see this game be successful. I'd like to see it get better, and hopefully the devs will listen to some people and take some notes from what people are saying. I mean, they did a bunch of patches in the last 24 hours. I mean, they're like the little Dutch boys sticking their finger in the dike to fix a lot of really stupid issues that should have been noticed by the devs. I honestly question sometimes if the people that develop these games play them, because you would think they would notice some of these simple little problems that they have in the game just by playing it once or twice. Like, how do you not realize you broke it so that you can't harvest grass and get actual grass out of organic grass? That seems like that's a basic that you would find by simply playing your video game. Animals, no, there we go. There's a good animal keeper. She's got both the skills and the endurance. I like that. So we'll hire her. We'll give her all of her training up. And then we will buy one trout, set everything for organic. There we go. And we will push at least 10 in there. What was I buying? I was buying 20, wasn't I? Let's go ahead and buy 20 so that we get a good solid start on that. And we can move on. All right, so the next thing we need to look at, we got all this milk making over here, and it's just we're gonna need to get a dairy put in so that we convert that over to cheese, because while organic milk sells good, it sells better as cheese. We'll double our income with that. So we want to go ahead and look for a place to put our dairy in. Now, I could put it in right over here next to the cows. That way milk is easy to get to and everything. But because the game is designed such that warehouses are interconnected together with invisible vacuum, pipes underground between them, and that milk put in here shows up over here, I can just put my my cheese facility right over here next to this, and I don't have to worry about logistics or any of that crap. So that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna plop a dairy in right over here, and we'll put it right in here where the manufacturing is. I'll just throw it in right across from the fish factory. And then again, as soon as it gets built, we'll work on getting some employees for it. And we will get them up. Speaking of employees, I did some testing off stream to see if I could use seasonal workers to work in my fields using machinery, and that's a no-go. If you start out a gameplay with nothing but some fields, seasonal workers, and all tractors and implements, they won't. You can have a dozen employees and they'll all sit in the house and won't go out there and work in the field. Seasonal workers are strictly manual labor, it appears. So yeah, I think I've come up with a solution on how to utilize seasonal workers with orchards. So if they ever get some sort of system involved where I can, assign workers to a particular task or different, or different type of workload, then I can actually use seasonal workers in the greenhouses over here, but it will take them getting that fixed. All right, so there's a manufacturer that we need. Really thin on manufacturing employees. Come on. Sneak one in on me. Give me the good stuff. So again, I'm pausing the game while I hire my employees. And by the way, you can pause game, like you can leave the game running while you look for employees. You can pause it just by hitting space bar. You can speed the game up using the 1, 2, 3, and 4 keys on your keyboard. So there you go. That's how I'm pausing the game when I'm in something. I just go in here to hire. I look for an employee. If I see what I want, I pause the game with the space bar, hire them, and then go from there. I guess I'm gonna have to hire this guy. Move him over. Somebody also in the comments was saying, well, once a building is built, you can hire employees just by clicking on the little icon right here, and you can hire them straight from the thing. That only works if you have no employees available. If you have any employee available on the map, it will try to suck anybody into here to work. So that's the reason why I typically hire out of the houses. But you are correct. You can hire out of a building, but it doesn't always work out best for you. All right. So that gets our cheese factory running. We'll let that run. And the last little bits of field work are being done before winter sets in and our fields will be unable to work. These guys then will take up the slack over here in the greenhouses and start to work in them. Which I'm going to add another greenhouse in to start getting some more black currants being made. So we'll get that going. Winter is here. While I have all my employees that can come over here and work on greenhouses through the winter, we'll go ahead and expand these out. I mean, ultimately with the greenhouses, my goal, and like I said, I really hope the devs are paying attention to all the comments about being able to assign workers differently. And ultimately, what I really hope they will do is, instead of giving me the ability to assign an individual worker to a field, I want them to be able to set houses or employees to work task or to work a general type of labor, right? To be able to be manual labor, to be field work, or to be greenhouses or orchards, right? So field work, greenhouses, orchards. And then that way you can put them in basically into a zone and have them work that particular zone. Because what would be great would be, I can have this whole, ultimately with seasonal workers, you want to fill a void in and not be paying them to work in the winter when there's, excess or when a whole section of work is eliminated, right? So in the spring, summer, and fall, I need employees to work in the fields, but in the winter, I don't need them to work in the greenhouse, or I don't need them sitting in a house over here because they were simply assigned to these fields. I don't need them sitting in a house doing nothing. So what I want them to do is work in the fields during the spring, summer, and fall, and in the winter, come over here and work in the greenhouses, and then use the seasonal workers to fill in the gap when these guys go back to work in the fields. And I can't do that right now. And likewise, I can't have seasonal workers use machines to work in the fields, and I don't want to use seasonal workers to do field work because it's too damn slow. So there needs to be a happy solution for that. And by giving us an ability to look at a particular building, right, and tell these people that you're going to do, if there was a tab right here or up here that said, machine work, greenhouse work, orchards, right? You had 3 categories that you needed to assign them to: machines, greenhouses, orchards. Then I could say, or field work, greenhouses, orchards, right? I could assign them that way. And then when spring came, I could have this house of employees up here that is all mechanically inclined. I could tell them just do field work, and they would abandon working in the greenhouses. They would go work in this field. And then my seasonal workers could fill in the void over here in the greenhouses with a seasonal house right here. Then when winter hit, I could uncheck these guys from field work, check them into greenhouses. All the employees in the seasonal house would get fired, and these guys would stay active by coming over here and working in the greenhouses. Ultimately, that's the way you want it to function. And that is just not available in the game right now. And it's disappointing, because if I expand my greenhouses out too much, then in the, when the spring rolls around and I need my fields planted, I have to battle between working over here and working over here. Then ultimately I end up hiring some more employees over here to work. And even if I put a seasonal house in, the seasonal employees aren't pulled before these employees. These employees get pulled before the seasonal employees do. So I could have a house full of seasonal employees sitting over here doing nothing, and fields not getting planted because the game is pulling all the employees from this house over here to work on the greenhouses, and these guys aren't allowed to operate tractors. So you see what I mean? It's so frustrating the way this system is set up, and they really, it's almost game breaking, because you don't enjoy playing the game if you got to sit here and fight the mechanics of the game all the time. And hopefully it will get resolved soon, very soon, because again, devs, if you're listening, people aren't buying the game because of it. They see folks like me having problems with it, and they're not playing because of it. And other people are having problems and complaining, and they read forums and they see the issues. So Anyways, we'll put another greenhouse. I have found a solution for using the seasonal employees, and it will be with the orchards. Because orchards, I think you can get away with doing some manual labor with. Well, I haven't messed around with orchards, I'll be honest with you. I haven't really played with the orchards yet. So my theory is, though, that the orchards, because they're on a 300-day cycle and there's not as much to do with them, you could probably use seasonal labor to do the work in the fields with the orchards. So my game plan is to buy this piece of property up here, and somewhere in this general area, put in a house for a couple of employees that will be in charge of doing the tractor work, plowing the field, sowing the field, all of that stuff. And then also plop down a seasonal worker house right there as well for them to be able to do harvesting and spraying maybe. And then maybe put a couple of greenhouses there and see how that goes. It's going to be a test and we'll see if it works or fails. But that's all I can really think of to do. We went a little bit over on the first of the year because I was rambling and not paying attention. We should be over 100,000 in expenses now. We are. We're at about 106,000, maybe 100,6,500, something like that. Not bad. Not bad, because we're probably making bank as well at the same time. We might even be over 600,000 in sales. Let's see, we've got a good amount of fish. We're increasing our amount of fish. That's good. Let's grab honey. Let's grab fish. Did we not get the milk started making cheese? Oops, I screwed up there. All right, well, I'll fix that. Let's sell off maybe 4,000 milk, since I screwed up and didn't get cheese making. 4,000 milk's going to yield us 20,000. So 400, and we're not nearly as profitable as we were last month. But that will change here in just a second. I forgot to set this up for organic cheese. So choose that, get the organic cheese rolling in. And we will start getting that going. All right. So I think these two dairy cow pens will supply enough milk for that one facility, but I'd like to get more going. So we got plenty of money. We got $1.4 million. Let's go ahead and get another cow pen put down. And we'll go from there. So let's go ahead, put a cow shed down, get that going. We'll hire an employee to work there. And then we'll buy 4 more cattle. All right, so I need power. Where do I have power situated at? Where's my transformer? It's right there. Oh, it barely misses it, doesn't it? Oh, that sucks. That doth suck. I'd have to put it way out here to get power to it. I guess we'll have to just slap it right in this area. Or we bring power up. All right, let's go ahead and buy that piece of property. Buy more land. And we're going to buy that piece there, which is just above the dairy, or the cow pen. I always say dairy. And then I can move the transformer up here and across just slightly. Or just move it in closer so it overlaps. I want to keep it all in line and like to have all the power moving up. I guess I could do this. I could move it up here onto this side of the road. What is the difference? That right there is that catchment. Now I'll just put it right there. Who cares? It's powerful. All right, that gives us power. Let's find an employee to take care of the cattle. Hire. Come on, show me a really good animal employee. Nope. Instead, I just get regular old Phoebe Hodgkins or Hodgson, who is going to be working for us. There we go. Put her into place. Train her up. And buy some cows. Organic food. And and we're good. That's what I meant to say. I went to hit the mute button because I was about to sneeze. And I hit it just a little too fast. All right, so that should give us good milk production going down. We should have good stuff going with our currents over here. I don't really know what I want to do with this though at this point as far as the employees. I still want to throw a seasonal worker house down and let them try to work the greenhouses, but I'm afraid that's not going to work out right. I have 13 employees for the greenhouses right now, and what we have 9 greenhouses. So in theory, if I had 3 people per greenhouse, I would need 27 employees over there. They, you know, they also shouldn't have to all be working at one time. So, but I'm afraid I'm afraid I'm going to get into that situation where unless I hire some more people over there, I'm going to be sitting here with no employees to run tractors and stuff. And that's going to suck. Is what it is, right? All right, so let's keep this road going out this way. How far does our property line go now? Comes up just south of this farm here. All right, so I've got 2 choices here. I can try to continue to use the machinery that is in this building here, the tractors that are in it, by my orchard employees down here. Or I can move the machinery, the maintenance guy here down this way a little bit so that he catches the equipment up here as well as any equipment that I put down here, and then put my orchard specific stuff down here. So yeah, I have to be outside of this catchment with all my orchard fields. So they're going to be down in this area, so that the employees in this house don't get suckered into working down here. So that's one thing that we'd want to look at. So anywhere. All right, so this tree right here is our marker. So let's put a little squirt of land, a road right there, so that I know that I need to be to that side of it with all my fields. What is this alert? Not enough organic straw. Yeah, I know that. But I also don't have enough grass to be able to justify switching this over to organic silage. Because if we look, we only have like 7,500 grass at this point. We have way too much silage anyways, and I feel like if I switch that over, I'm going to be in a world of hurt. Like I'll run out of grass and I won't have any grass to feed the cows. I could rectify that issue by not feeding them grass and just feeding them silage, crops, and then maybe grab oats. We could plant oats this season and fodder beets if we wanted to. I kind of don't want to do fodder beets because it uses so many employees. You have to have 4 employees to harvest fodder beets, and that's a lot of employees at one time to work. And when sometimes we're challenged to get 2 employees at once, it could be a pain in the butt. So if we came in here and I grabbed a worker house, and because the catchment is so big on it, if I put it in right here, that would grab, I just need it to be able to hit the equipment areas, right? So I could put it right there, right in this area. I could put that right there, and that could be where I house my orchard employees. And then they'll still hit all of this area here to be able to put my orchards in this area. And I could put a seasonal worker house in down here as well. And we can try that. But all my employees that are going to be working in this need to be in this particular house here. And I could hire a few more. I could hire a few more mechanical guys and put some more fields in this area, and then have them housed in this house, and they'll only work in this area as well as over here in the orchard fields. But their primary work would be doing that. My fear though is that if I get too many employees in this house, they'll do all the work in the orchards, and the field workers won't do it. The seasonal workers won't do anything. If only there were a way to, you know, really fix that problem with field work. If I put this house further this way though, I'm just looking at this. If I put the house a little bit further this way, I could put some more employees in here to cover these fields, because they do catch these fields as well. And that would give me a few extra employees to help with the field work on this one while they're not working. Because again, the orchards are 300 days, so maybe that's the thing to do. Get it just on the X outside of that field, so I'm catching those fields. And then also working in here. I don't know. I don't really want them working those fields though, now that I think about it. Because they're going to be orchards and plants specific and not machines and specific. Though somebody told me yesterday that they had done some testing on employees and had come to find that no matter what you did, they didn't really, they weren't affected by the, they weren't affected at all by any of the stats. Like the stat bonuses are broken. I haven't done any testing on that myself. Wouldn't surprise me though, with all the, you know, the problems that the little Dutch boy has been trying to fix. So all right, almost to the end of January. That little kid, he's got fingers in every hole in the dam. I'm telling you. Poor little kid. This thing's got more leaks. More issues. Let's see. 84,000, 23,000. So still right around 170,000 in expenses. We got a good month of cheese though. So let's see. We made 63,000 in the cheese. Black currants got us $4,000. Tomatoes. We did really good with strawberries. So just in those, 85,000, and then boom, there's the fish for $351,000. Seems like fish production suffers during the winter. It's not as good. Or maybe it's the purchase price is way down. It's only at $71. We were getting like 80 something, $85 for trout. Right now we're only getting 71, so maybe that's the difference. 436,000 in sales for the month. We can do better. We can do so much better. Hey, but it's the dead of winter, so be thankful we're making money. We could be needing to take a loan out. I can't believe they added loans into the game. I don't think we've talked about that. So one of the patches that they did this week, they added loans into the game. Now you can take out loans from $5,000 to $1 million in loans. I'm sorry, if you need to take a loan out in this game, I think you're not playing it right, because it's super simple. And you're trying to expand too fast. Like if you're running out of money, I think you're expanding too fast. That's the thing with these games. It's a slow burn. If you try to do everything right at once, then you're going to run out of money and you're going to be bankrupt. But I don't think there's a problem with running bankrupt in this game, so it doesn't really matter, does it now? All right. So we're just kind of running along here. There's not a whole lot we can do. We can completely skip winter by hitting this button here, but I don't know that you get your full production value by doing that. I like to go month to month and actually keep an eye on what's going on versus trying to skip through. And I think if you skip through, you may miss something. So I'd like to not be in that boat. So we got a house down here. We'll hire a couple of orchard employees as soon as we get into spring. We'll get a couple of fields plowed down here. And maybe we'll put a seasonal worker house in and see if we can get them to work the fields. I may be beating a dead horse by trying to use the seasonal workers, to be honest with you. I'm trying to use everything that's in the game, but I might be in a situation where I'm better off just giving up on them, hiring a whole bunch of people and putting in a few more fish factories and just not worrying about my employee cost at the end of the month, because I am making so much money. It's just ridiculous. But if the market ever tanks on my fish factory, I'm in trouble. You know, that could be the only thing that I would see. I know in one of the tutorials, you start off doing dairy, and then at some point it says the market's going to fall out of dairy in a couple of months. And then all of a sudden you're going to have to diversify a little bit. So I don't know how much the economy moves in this, but if the economy were ever to go south on my fish and tank completely, fish tank completely, I would be in trouble, you know, because that is what is keeping my farm alive, is the fish factories. I mean, that is the bulk of it. If they were to go away, I would be losing money. I would be hemorrhaging. I'd be $40,000 in debt in a deficit every month. So I don't see it tanking that much, though. I don't see it going down so substantially that I'm not breaking even. I think I'm always going to break even. I just may not be making $500,000 a month, you know? All right. So, yeah, we're just going to kind of wait until the end of the month here, see what happens, and then go from there. I might, if I've got plenty of milk left over, we'll put in one more dairy down here once we see how much milk we have left. We have plenty, though. We're sitting on like 7,000. I would love to see something in the factory show me how much milk is being utilized per month. Sure, it says 250, but it doesn't really tell me exactly how much milk is being made. I guess I can look at this and see that I didn't think about this. Maximum manufacturing is going to be 3,450 kilograms of milk per month, or of cheese per month. So if it can make a 3,000 cheese, 3,000 divided by, that's what? It's going to go in there 300 times. And then multiply that by 250. So 6,000, about 7,000 milk is needed. 7 or 8,000 liters of milk is needed per month for the dairy. All right, so let's look at everything real quick here. Expense wise, not bad. We're still right, just over $100,000 in expenses. And then we go to the market and sell off. So that we can see exactly how much money we're making. If you're new to the series, just watching for the first time, the reason I sell off manually at the end of the month is just so I can show you, the viewer, how much money we're actually making every single month and how well the farm is doing. We have a surplus again on trout. We have about 7,300 in surplus on milk. So I could see putting in another dairy. Could see getting that done. We're down to now 5,000 liters of grass. That's one of the reasons why I didn't add in another silage factory. We could sell some of the silage off, probably make a little bit of money doing that. We don't need 21 or 12,000 units of silage, though. I mean, the silage just isn't worth it. It's only 73 cents per bale. I just don't, you know, the only reason you're selling it off is to lessen the amount of space it's taking up in your warehouse. All right, anyways, let's sell that off. $47,352 is going to be our revenue for the month, and that'll get us up to almost $2 million that we have in the bank. Very close to it. But we are going to expand again. We'll put in another production for milk. This one we will put, where do we want to put this one? Let's put this one all the way down at the road, and then that'll leave me some room to put another building in. Though I just realized I probably don't have power down here at the road, do I? Where do I have power to? Yeah, I don't have power at the road. Well, I guess we'll just have to put a transformer in. Is what it is. All right, let's get that production going. We'll go ahead and smack a transformer pole down. Maybe right there. Boom. I wish when you put transformer poles in, you could like delete these and connect them back, but you're not able to. Like, these can't be deleted. You can only delete the ones that you place down. All right, I don't have enough housing to support this unit, so we'll need another house, and we'll just put it right across the street here. And what I'll do is I'll end up making this the dairy house, and I'll just move all the manufacturing employees from this place over to that place. How did I not get catchment on that house? Really? Really, game? That one little area has a void. Let me see this. Game, let me click on the transformer. I'm just barely missing that catchment. Cut me some slack. Wow. Well, crap. All right, let's get rid of this then, and we'll come back a little bit with our transformer. That sucks. Let's get it right to where it's... Won't let me put it right there. It's some of this stuff silly. Just absolutely silly. All right, now it's there. Pause the game. Let's go hire some manufacturing employees. We need a total of 4. There's 1. And there's 2. And for now, they'll have to do. That's all that I see in there. All right. Up your manufacturing skills. And select this line to do cheese. There we go. And start running again. And we'll retitle this house for the cheese heads. And then I'll move all of the manufacturers that are doing manufacturing on cheese into that particular house. How did we lose them? Did we never get 4 employees into this place? Interesting. Interesting. I did not realize that we didn't have enough employees in there. Wait, is something on fire? It sounded like there was a fire somewhere, but apparently not. Oh, it's them spraying. All right. Like, what is on fire? All right, so we need a total of 2 more employees in here. No, we need 3 more employees in here. Let's see what we got manufacturing wise. There's 1. There's 2. That's all I get right now. So let's put 1 of them in here. And train it all up. And then put that one in there. And train her all the way up. And then I'm going to look 1 more time and just see if it refreshed and gave me another employee. Looks like I got 1, which is what we need. And that'll give us a full complement of cheese heads. Even though at some point I do need to come back and balance all my employees to get them all on endurance as well. And that way we can make even more money because we'd be making more cheese. All right, good stuff. Yeah, we're still out of straw. Boom, boom, boom. And we should be making buku money by the end of this. Having 2 cheese factories running as well as 4 fish factories and potentially a 5th fish factory. Because we're running a lot of fish now. And if we look, so we could make 1,500 kilograms of fish in a factory. So if we're making 15, we need a total of 3,000 fish, and we have 4,000 in the warehouse over here. So I think we can go ahead and put 1 more fish factory in safely as well. So yeah, man, let's go ahead and do it. Let's go ahead and get 1 more fish factory in. Oh, spring is here. That's good stuff. Let's go ahead and get 1 more fish factory in. Or frozen foods factory in. Come on. Oh, tell me it'll fit in here. No! I thought everything was the exact same width right here. Oh, well, that sucks. I thought I had been so smart about that. Can we put it in right in here somewhere? Can't get it right there. The only thing I can do is turn it sideways maybe and fit it right here. That'll work. Oh, I was hoping to go back even further than that. Can I get rid of that? I can, and I got all my money back. All right, let's try this one more time. I want to lay it down so that the road matches the factory. There we go. And then we can pave the road, run it. Right up like that. That's good stuff. We might even be able to move the employees from the fish factory. We could take their houses down and move them over here now. Put all of the manufacturing employees right here in the middle of it. I don't know. Do they want to live right in front of where they work? Or right where they work? That's questionable. All right, so the tractors should be back out and running, and they should be plowing. All right, the next thing I want to do, pause the game. Where is the catchment for the machine shop? It goes to there. And then that building goes to there. All right, so I want to put a garage in. I'm trying to think where I want to put my garage in. I want to put an orchard tractor in. I don't know if I want to put the garage in right here. The orchard tractor can work with what implements? It can plow. It can also work with that. The sprayer and the water. Maybe I want to put the orchard thing right up here next to everything else. And these guys can use it as well. A little cute little orchard tractor. Let's put one more garage in then. Do I have any free space in garages? I do have a little bit of free space. No, I don't have free space. All right, let's put one more garage in. Here, we'll put that in and get that building. We'll buy a orchard tractor. There we go. Now we can place that into this garage here. Now let's see if we can hire somebody who is good with orchards. Orchards and manufacturing, orchards. I reckon we need orchards and plants. That would be what I'm looking at, but we may just get orchard to begin with. I don't want manufacturing in orchards. So that girl right there is going to be our orchard specialist for now. And then we're going to come down here and we're going to put in sizable orchard. Actually, you know what I want to do? Let's upgrade the house real quick for 10 grand and we can get a little bit bigger fields to do orchards with. Let's drag that road down. I want this to be my boundary for how far my orchard goes. That'll work. So we'll make them long. We'll make our orchard go all. Oh, it won't go all the way. All right, wait. What is the next upgrade on the house? $100,000. Yeah, it's worth it. Then we can get the big fields. Each upgrade increases the size of the fields that you can do, or the maximum width of, or distance of the fields. So we'll go 6, 7, 8 wide. Yeah, that's going to be an orchard for us. And we're going to go organic on this again. Let's see, we can do apples, apricots, cherries, pears. Again, all of them are 300 days on these. Plums are 300 days. Let's see, plums would make us 139,000. Pears would make us 148,000. The apples, 144,000. The apricots would make us 165,000. Estimated yield 5,500 on those, 27,500 on those. Let's start with apples. I'm thinking we can do apples and then we can make apple juice. So let's start with apples. Now, this girl should be the... Where is she working at right now? I guess she's working... Oh, there she goes. She's going to work. Excellent. She should be the only person that can work in this field right now, except for the fact that I'm going to hire a second worker to complement her, so that when she's not working, that tractor keeps moving all the time. So I'll hire a second orchard person, which is going to be this dude, and we'll put him in that house. And so as soon as like she's finished and she puts the tractor away, he should grab it, go get the cultivator, and come back and work that field as well. So the things that we need for this field so far, the only other thing is we need the planter for it. And I will go ahead and buy that. Orchard planter, buy it, and then we'll put it in this garage as well. Right there with it. Apparently the cultivator is in use, maybe? No? What's the holdup on this field? She's still working that field. I just don't know where she's at. She's working in another field. Wait a minute. Why is she... Okay, there. Somebody's working that field with a cultivator. Oh, I bet the little tractor won't pull the cultivator. I bet that's what that is. I gotcha. All right, so a house for seasonal employees. I don't know how much tender loving care is needed for the trees as well, so I'm going to hold off on employees. If we don't need them, I may not even hire them, but we do need an orchard sprayer. So we'll go ahead and get that implement as well purchased. So buy that. That can go in storage for as well. We'll just kind of see, because I haven't messed with the orchard yet. This is a new little venture for me. And we'll just see how it goes. I'm thinking it gets fertilized with the manure, planted with the little planter. So everything is mechanized except for the harvest. And I guess that would be where we would need the seasonal employees. But that's 300 days from now, so I don't know. We'll see how it goes. See what we're sitting at over here. We're short on employees over here. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and throw down some a seasonal house over here, and we're just gonna go with it and see what happens. We'll put it right here, and this will be employees to work in these greenhouses in the months when everybody else is working somewhere else, and we'll just see what happens with it. It's gonna add a lot of wages for us. We'll have them come in at the end of March. And they'll work through December. And we'll see what happens. We'll see if they hire in here and start working on all the greenhouses for us. Anyways. But we'll probably see the rest of that tomorrow in our next episode, because we are running out of time today. We're doing really good, though. I guess the month of March went on by and I didn't sell off everything. Let's do one quick sell of goods. It's going to be quite high. Do, 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 do. We had some currants. Man, we had everything to sell this month. We have 5,000 excess milk still. Jeez. Hopefully once that other facility gets up and running. 865,400. Yeah. Yeah. That's a good month. Well, it's a month and a half, honestly. So, you know. Anyways, we'll get caught back up with everything. What are we missing here? We're missing a tractor and an employee to plant our apples. No biggie. That'll happen pretty quick here. All right, guys and gals. I am, why did the orchard sprayer go spray a field over here? I'm confused. I'm also confused why the tractor just left and came back. Oh, it's gone. Why is the orchard sprayer spraying fields? You gotta be kidding me. Come on, peoples. Seriously, why do I own a sprayer to spray the fields if now that I buy an orchard sprayer, you're gonna spray the fields with the orchard sprayer? I'm dumbfounded. Oh my God. Seriously? Why is the orchard sprayer spraying crop fields? Oh Jesus, Dabs, really? And with that revelation, I'm gonna go wrap my head in duct tape real quick, scream a little bit, and I guess rethink putting a garage down here so that the orchard sprayer doesn't go get used to spray the fields with. Oh my goodness. All right, guys, I'm done for today. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video and have a laugh at my growing pains on this farm. I hope it gets better because if it doesn't, the series might be limited in how long I run it out. But if you like it, make sure you hit the like button on the videos, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and then consider joining us in a live stream on Twitch. We did some Wreckfest yesterday. We'll probably play Farm Sim tonight. We do that at twitch.tv/Mr. Moose Gaming. I usually start around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, Central Standard Time, as I live here in the U.S. So, anyways, come join us, be a part of the conversation, and have a good laugh at my expense, all right? Take it easy. Have a great day. I will see you next time, guys and gals. Until then, God bless. Love you. Bye-bye.